Hello, welcome to Meta Perfume. I'm Emily here again today with Trixie, and we'd love it if you would subscribe. We get to have you in the tribe. For frag reviews, you can trust to hit subscribe to it. Bus Perfume in this room, don't invite. That's the intro I've been meaning to film for a long time, but I haven't filmed it. So that's it. Anyway, today I'm going to do a comparison. I was going to simply review Nishane by Ani, and I went to the scent bar in Hollywood to get more because I'm almost out of my little sample, and I was going to resist buying, but they actually did not have any Ani in stock. They did have, however, a new variation called Ani X, and so I got a sample of that. And I'm gonna do a comparison review, which is even more exciting to me. Hopefully two too, because you get 2 for 1. So yeah, this is Ani X versus the regular Ani. And they are definitely the same DNA, obviously the same name. So they didn't like do a switch up just using the same brand recognition or anything like that. They've actually repeated most of the notes in the Ani X as were in the original Ani. I think similar to like a Delina Exclusive situation where they've shifted it a little bit, maybe pulled out some of the strongest notes and added a few lighter notes. So from that's the Ani X. I put over here the Ani. So I'll put up the notes so we could do a note comparison. And the fragrance is really complex. There are a lot of notes. The ones that they kept the same between both fragrances, and it might be a little bit hard to see in my shot because it's maybe hard to see which belong to which, but I'll explain them so you don't have to figure it out with the visual. So the same notes between both are ginger in the top, bergamot, pink pepper, and those 3 are the same, but in the original Ani they have green notes, and in the Ani X they have water notes. So I think probably pretty similar, but maybe a little lighter, not sure, for the water notes. They also added lemon and melon to the top, and I could sense the citrus, or I could detect the citrus right away. And the fruits, it seemed a little bit lighter. It definitely, it's not heavy on the lemon, but it's detectable. And they also, for some reason, moved the cardamom from the middle of Ani into the top in terms of the description, but I don't know why that would be or what matters. If you do, let us know in the comments. That would be awesome. So yeah, the middle notes on Ani are cardamom, blackcurrant, and Turkish rose. And on Ani X, they have those 3, but cardamom they said is the top note now, but same notes. And then they've added green apple, sage, and lavender. And then they took the patchouli that was in the base and made it a middle note for Ani X for some reason. Not sure why. The base is pretty similar. There's vanilla in both of them. There are vanilla, sandalwood, cedar, ambergris, musk, and the patchouli, which was in the base, now in the mid for Ani X. The one difference in the base notes is there is benzoin in Ani, and there is now cashmere wood instead of benzoin in Ani X, and not in Ani. So Ani has benzoin, Ani X has cashmere wood, Ani has green notes, Ani X has water notes. The notes that are in Ani are pretty much all in Ani X otherwise, except for the addition of lemon, melon, green apple, sage, and lavender. So what does this mean in terms of the experience of them? Well, to me, the original Ani is a cozy, warm, fallish fragrance. I mean, it could go in any season, really. You can go light on it, maybe for a summer night. Spray it during the winter. It would probably hold up fine with the benzoin and the base notes that are in there. It's got a solid base that's anchoring it. But the Ani X is a lighter version. So I'm gonna say like daytime version maybe versus a nighttime version. If you're in like a spring season, if you're in the summer, you might preference the Ani X because of the additional citrus and fruit notes and just slightly lighter, but it still has that sexy smell. And I honestly think like Ani has taken basically every sexy note and put them into a very good balance and created an excellent niche fragrance. So I really enjoy both of them now. And I'm a little bit like, I was at the scent bar and before I go in, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't need it. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna get a sample right now. And thankfully it wasn't there. But now that I know they have Ani X, now I'm like, well, maybe I will want both eventually. So maybe worse off. But today I got away without actually investing in the fragrance. But someday it may happen. So that, yeah, that is the fragrance. I think it's a great fragrance. I think it's complex but well done. Like they don't, you know, overdo any notes. So it's got this real unique character that is very warm. I think with the ginger and the pink pepper make it that warm. Also the cardamom, the patchouli gives a little earthiness. The benzoin I think makes it a little intoxicating. Like, and the Ani X is pretty much just as good. I mean, I really enjoy green apple, melon, sage, lavender. I love all those notes. So it's like they've taken a bunch of great notes, mixed them into excellent proportions in Ani, and then I'd have to check to see if the perfumer is the same or not, but I'll put it I'll put it in after I check. They've taken basically the same DNA and lightened it up a little bit with the addition of citrus, fruit notes. See, what is the matter with you? Sorry. Sometimes she likes to get my attention by making that sneezing sound, I think. Yeah, so we'll hang on a second. So both excellent fragrances. I would say if you're looking for something lighter, choose Ani X. And if you want something more fallish, more cozy, warm weather, then I would go with Ani, the original Ani. And you can't go wrong with either of them really, except that they're both niche fragrances and they're both pretty pricey. So, you know, you get what you pay for though. They're good quality, definitely. The longevity is quite good. I've been wearing through my sample of Ani for a while in preparation for this video, and it's definitely got, you know, a full day longevity, and I don't even have like a sprayer to spray on me. I just have the dabber with the sample. So I would imagine it's the same story. I just got this today, so I can't tell you conclusively about the longevity on this one, but from how it's wearing, I would say it's comparable. Maybe a hint lighter because it's a slightly lighter fragrance. Yeah, that is the comparison of Ani versus Ani X by Nishane. And I'm also considering getting a full sampler set of Nishane fragrances, kind of based on the strength of how much I like Ani. And I don't know, maybe you'd be interested in that. If you want to see more Nishane fragrances reviewed, let me know in the comments if that's something that is appealing. Or if you have other Nishane fragrances that I should check out, if I don't get the sampler, let me know. That would be fantastic. So yes, again, please subscribe if you haven't. It would be great. And give it a like if you liked it. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.